everybody, welcome back to another session of Yoga with Helen for the Down Syndrome Association. I hope you're all very well this week. Check you've got your comfortable clothes on, bare feet, and remember if you need any blankets or cushions, or if you're using a chair, make sure it's handy, or if you need to use the wall, because we sometimes use the wall, make sure you're near a wall. And if you'd like some water, grab some water and let's get started. Let's check in with our yoga poem. I am calm. I am peace. I am light. I am love. And remember, hold on to some of those ideas as you practice your yoga. Be kind to yourself. It's not a competition. It's about how you feel in your body. Good. Let's get going. Remember we did our hands like this, I think it was last week or the week before, and we connected our thumb and middle finger. If you would like to do that again this week and give it another go, join me. Or if you would just like to have your hands on your legs, somewhere comfortable, that's okay. So shimmy around on those sit bones, get our nice tall yoga back and put your hands where you would like to, or join me like this. And if it's comfortable, you could close your eyes. And as always, let's just focus on our breath. So every time you breathe in, just feel that the ribs and the belly just expand and get a little bit bigger. And as you breathe out, everything softens. The chest goes down and the belly feels like it gets a little bit smaller. And then we fill it up again with air. And you don't have to take big breaths or anything like that. Just breathe normally. But just think about how you breathe. And sometimes when we have lots and lots of thoughts in our mind and we're feeling a bit overwhelmed with thoughts, we can use a little breathing exercise like this to just bring our focus to the breath. And when we have something that we're really thinking about, like the breath, it can help take our mind off all those thoughts that sometimes can feel a bit too much in our head. Good, and if your eyes were closed, blink them open. Okay, let's get a little bit of heat into the body. So let's just look over one shoulder and look the other way and back and back. This time look back towards me, then look up towards the ceiling and down towards the ground and up and down. Okay, let's take it into the shoulders. Give a little roll round. So I'm going backwards, but it doesn't really matter. You could go forward or backwards. And then go the other way. Good. Let's do our clench and open the hands. Clench the fists, open. And let's do that in and out. Let's do our piano fingers. Good, let's stretch the palms towards me. Fingertips are to the ceiling, fingertips to the floor, fingertips to the ceiling and floor. Good, give the arms a little shake. Let's bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Then press the palms out to the side, fingertips to the shoulders, and again out to the side. We're going to change it up this time, fingertips to the shoulders, press the palms to the ceiling, fingertips to the shoulders, palms to the ceiling. Good. Let the arms relax. We're going to take a side stretch. So stretch one hand up, up, up and over the head. Good. And the other way. Up and over. Good. Now let's walk the hands forward and just go as much forward as is comfortable for you. So you can let the head tuck down. And then we're going to walk the hands back up and walk them behind. I don't have a lot of room behind me, but you might have more. And we're going to press the fingertips into the floor and push the floor, and it lifts the chest towards the ceiling. And then do that again, walk the hands forward. So again, it doesn't matter how much forward you come, go to where is comfortable for you. Tuck the head down and then walk the hands back up and place them behind us. Push into the floor, chest to the ceiling. Good. Give yourself a little shake. Let's go on to some of our asanas. Let's start with our table. It's a good one to check in with and start with. So we come to our position of making sure everything is comfortable. The weight is over the hands and over the knees. Okay, so let's take a breath here. And feel that our spine, our back is nice and long. Good. Now let's go from there straight into our cat. So breathe in. And on the next out breath, arch the back up. Bring the belly button up towards the spine. And then breathe in and come down. Just do that a few times for yourself, feeling that you're really stretching through the back. See what feels nice for you. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Good. Now let's just sit back a little second. We looked at our threading the needle, another version of our table. Let's do that again. So pick a hand, press it into the floor, take the other hand and reach it up towards the ceiling or out to the side, okay? And then let it come all the way through and wrap around your ribs, around the chest, and then unwrap and reach it up again or out to the side, and then wrap it through. Good. Switch the hands. So press in to one hand, lift the other one up and reach it either out to the side or up to the ceiling. There's no right, there's no wrong. And then feed it through this little space here and wrap it around the body. And then all the way back up and all the way through. Good. Now from there, let's walk the hands forward and we'll come down to our cobra. Now remember, if lying on the belly is something you're not too keen on, you can also stretch the back out by doing our pushing into the floor and lifting the back up. So you can do that version if coming onto the belly is not for you. Okay. So let's go to our forearms and then let's spread the fingers wide, press the feet into the floor, nice and long, and then lift the chest up. And remember to breathe. And just feel how that is in your body. Do you need to make any different adjustments or bend the back a little less or make the hands wider or closer together? Listen to your body. Good. Now, let's tuck the feet and begin to walk the hands back up. Good. Give your arms and your body a little shake. Let's go to our downward dog. So come back to our table, tuck the toes, make sure the hands are nice and spread so we keep the weight distributed. Okay, and we're going to push into the floor with our hands, push into the floor with our toes and lift the hips up. And again, you can keep the knees bent. And if it feels comfortable, you could walk through the feet. So you're trying to put one heel down, then the other heel down. And play around in this pose for you. Does it feel more comfortable forward or back, or stretching the heels down, bending the knees? This is a good pose for you to really play and feel what is good for you. Okay, and come down. And remember, you can come in and out of poses quicker than me if you need to. You don't have to stay in them the whole time I'm in them. Okay, let's give yourself a little shake out again. Let's go into our hair pose, our devotional pose, or our child's pose. They're all sort of very similar. So let's do a wide leg one. So we're going to keep the big toes together, but then bring the knees out wider. So now we've got space here. Okay, and we're going to fold forward. And you might just come to here with the hands, that's okay. It gives us a stretch in the hips, or we might go a little bit lower to the forearms, or you might find it nice to put your head all the way towards the floor. And again, remember, if you use pillows and you want to put the pillows, you know, in between the legs or under the feet, pause the video and have a little play. Explore what feels right. Make it as comfortable as possible. Good. And if there's a pose or an asana that you really like and it feels really nice to be in that, just pause the video and stay in it as long as you want. Let's check in with our plank pose as well. So remember, we could have a couple of different versions here. You could start on your table and then you could come down to your forearms and have a little play with lifting your stretching your legs away and coming onto the toes, lifting the hips up. This is a pose that really strengthens the core muscles. Or putting the knees back down, you might decide that its arms are straight and we lift the hips up. Okay, they're both different. You could try them both. And then gently, knees back down and come back. Give your arms a shake, maybe stretch them up in the air. Good. Let's make our way up to standing. So you might be using chair, you might be using the wall. I'm going to tuck the toes, let the body hang over, roll all the way up. So let's check in with our mountain. Roll the shoulders back, palms towards me. Find that nice tall yoga back and take our breath of fresh mountain air. Good. Let's do some stretches here. So bend into the knees a little bit, roll the shoulders back. Let's take the fingertips to the shoulders, stretch up towards the ceiling, palms up there. Fingertips to the shoulders, palms to the side. Fingertips to the shoulders and then palms towards me. Let the hands come down. Reach one hand all the way over. And take the other hand and reach it down in the opposite direction. Good. And relax. Go the other way. So the other hand comes over the head, tips the body. Take the hand that's towards the floor and reach it across the body in the other direction. Good. And relax. Okay. Now we're going to do our sort of mini standing yoga flow that we've been doing. The one where we roll down, straighten everything up, roll back down, then we kept bent, came up to our chair, and this time we're going to look at adding our twist into it as well. So we had looked at our chair separately and how we can twist in the chair. We're going to add that into our little flow. So once we come into our chair, we're going to add the twist one way, then we're going to reach our hands up and relax them down. But let's do it together. So bend the knees, let the head drop, roll down through the back. Okay, let's actually add in our nod. So nod the head like you're saying yes. Shake it like you're saying no. Okay, then straighten the legs, straighten the back. Reaching the top of the head forward. Then fold everything over again. So bend the knees, fold the back. Keep the knees bent. Then we swish the hands up. And we find our chair pose. Okay, now I'm going to turn. Stay where you are. I'm going to turn. So this time we're going to stay in our chair, and from there we're going to go straight into one of our twists. So again, your version. You could twist to the side, just keeping the body up. You could twist with the tilt. You could twist with the elbow all the way down to the knee. But there's no right or wrong. Okay, from there, reach the hands up towards the ceiling, stretch up, nice tall yoga backs, and relax the arms back down. Good. We're going to do it again. I'm going to switch round. So fold into the knees, let the head roll down, curve everything over, straighten through the body. Okay. Fold everything over again. Keep the knees bent, swish the hands up so we come back up and we end up in our chair pose. Stay where you are, I'm going to turn. So we're in our chair. Now this time we're going to twist the other way. So find your twist. Could just be a gentle twist, keeping the body up. We might begin to twist with the elbow down, or we might twist all the way down here. Okay, find your twist. Then reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Nice tall yoga backs. Let the hands come back down to the side. Good job. Okay, let's work on our triangle that we were working on before. So take the legs out wide. Turn one toe, for me it's going to be the left, towards the bookcase. The other foot turns in a little bit. My hips and chest stay roughly towards you. Sweep my hands up. Now this hand that's pointed towards the bookcase, so this is my left hand. I am going to then reach forward to the bookcase. Now I might decide that that's enough for me today, or I'm going to bring the hand up, and this hand can go towards the ceiling. However, if you have any shoulder issues, you might just leave it here. Good. Now bring yourself back up. Come back up to a straight body. Bring the toe around, hands in, and give the legs a shake. And let's go the other way. So legs out wide again. Now we're going to go with the other foot. So this time it's my right foot that's pointing towards the door. So I turn my whole leg round, points this way. This foot here now, my left one, is going to tuck in a little bit. My hips and chest are going to try and stay wherever is comfortable towards, you'll face towards me, I'll be towards you. I'm going to reach my hands up and I'm going to look over this right hand And I'm going to reach as if I'm reaching towards the door. And you might decide to stay there. That might feel like enough for today. Or you might bring one hand down and one hand up. And again, look after your shoulder. It might be here. And then remember to breathe. And all the way back up. Bring that foot forward. Bend into the knees. And step it together. Let's do some of our balances. Okay. So let's, this week, just look at the straight leg one. Okay. So remember we were trying forward and back and holding it, and then we moved on to keeping the leg straight. Let's look at that now. So you can keep it low, point the toe, and then see if we can find a balance. Okay. Now, you could do this at the wall as well. You could lean against the wall and find that balance with the foot in front. Okay, and relax. So balances are a good one to pause the video, practice in your own time, and keep coming back to the video. Every day our balance is different. Okay, now if that feels like, yeah, I've mastered that, you could take it that little bit higher. Okay, now don't worry about going high. That leg being high is not important, but if it feels like it's really easy down there, you might decide to play around with taking it a little higher. Good. Let's try the other foot. So I'm starting low. I might decide to try it at the wall first. Okay, then it's here. Again, if you're feeling like, I have mastered that today, my balance is on fire, you might decide to challenge yourself and take it a little higher. And down. Good. Let's try it to the back. So you might decide, again, it can be so low that your toe touches the mat. You might just want to get used to this position, and then you might do little up and down with the toes. Good one for this is the wall. So you might hold on to the wall and practice that. And then have little moments when you come away from the wall. So when your foot's to the back, definitely keep it low. Don't worry about lifting it up, because that can put a lot of pressure on our lower back. So just think about it as low. It's just the toes just off the floor. Okay, let's try the other foot. Again, you might hold on to a chair in front, and we're just a little inch off the ground. Good. Give yourself a shake out. And let's go back to the mat. Let's roll down, use your chair or the wall if needed, and find your comfortable seat. So we're back on the mat. We're going to check in with, I think we did this pose a long time ago, our cobbler. So bring the knees up, feet in front. Now, everybody will have a different place as to where they want their legs to be. They might be out front, they might be close in, they might be somewhere in the middle. Again, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's just about finding what is right for you. Okay, then let the knees drop out. So we're putting the soles of the feet together. You might want to shimmy around, find the sit bones, so we're nice and tall in our yoga backs. Remember, this is a good one where the pillows could go under the legs to help it feel more comfortable. Let me show you. Okay. So you might decide that it's more comfortable for you to have pillows under the legs. Okay. So you decide. Have a little play. So think about our nice tall yoga back here. You might like to hold on to sort of somewhere around the ankles or just on the legs, or you might find it more comfortable to have your arms out to the side to help make the back really long. Good. Now we could also do like a little breath with the legs. So we could bring the legs in, breathe in, and out, let them go back down again. And in, and out. Good, and then just find one last nice tall yoga back. Another breath in and out. Good. Let's go with our stick pose. Okay, so remember both legs are out straight. You might like to have the pillow underneath the knees. The knees can be as bent as you need them to. What we want to think about here is a nice tall back. So sometimes bending our knees can really help get the nice tall back. Sometimes when we straighten the legs, we tend to round into the back. So think about your back. So you might like to have your pillows under the knees. Okay, let's have our feet pointed towards the ceiling if possible. And then we're going to take our arms up, reach them up. Good. And just breathe there. And then let the hands come back down. Give your body a little shimmy shake. Let's do that one more time. Reach up. Now this time, if you would like, you could begin to fold from the hips. So we're bending and reaching forward. And let's take that up and down. So breathe in and reach up. Breathe out and reach forward. And up. And forward. Good. And relax. Give yourself a little shimmy. Let's come down to our bridge. So find your way onto your back, nice and easy. Maybe come down through the forearms and then all the way onto the back. Okay, so soles of the feet, plant them in. Bring the fingertips, stretch them down towards the feet. So we've got the forearms, the inside of our arms on the floor. Now really press the shoulders into the mat. You're almost like rounding them back onto the mat. Press the hands and the feet into the floor and lift the hips up. And don't forget to breathe. And then roll down, coming down nice and easy through the spine, top of the spine, middle of the spine, and the lower spine. Let's do that one more time. So lift the hips up, breathe in. And keep breathing. So really feel like you're pressed into the shoulders, the feet, the hands. That will all help the hips stay up. And then roll down through the spine. Good. Okay. Get yourself comfortable. Let the legs stretch out if you want. If you don't like lying on your back, you could come onto your side. Just find yourself in a nice comfortable position for our relaxation. Give yourself a little shake on the mat. And then, so let's take a breath in. And then let me hear it. And again. And out. So I want you to think about all the parts of your body that you can feel on the floor. So you can probably feel the shoulder blades, the back of the head, right down the back to the hips, and the back of the legs and the heels. And just begin to breathe into those parts of the body and feel that they get really soft on the floor. know that the floor underneath is really supporting you. It's like your friend. So you can really let the body be nice and heavy into the floor. So every time you breathe out, imagine that the body gets heavier on the floor. Good. Now begin to wriggle the fingertips, wriggle the toes. Maybe circle the fingers, so we circle the wrists. Stretch the palms up towards the ceiling. Place the feet onto the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. Then tuck ourselves into a little ball. And then roll onto your side. And you can begin to blink the eyes if they were closed, blink them open. Push up all the way to sitting. Find your comfortable way to sit. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. It could be whatever's your favourite way to sit on the floor. And give your neck a little roll. Shoulders a little roll. Breathe the arms up and down. One more time up. This time as they come down, place the hands on the heart and find one kind thought about someone else. So remember, part of our yoga practice is also about being kind. So think of a nice, positive, kind thought for someone else. Breathe it into your heart, and as you breathe out, send it out to that person. Send out that kind thought. Good. And one last little roll of the head. And I will see you next week for some more yoga. Bye.